Welcome guys. So today we're gonna make homemade ice cream the way my mama told me, and because this is my parents' kitchen and not mine, so well, my kitchen's a mess right now because we moved, but basically wash my hands. Now I'm gonna find the last ingredients and then show you the rest. Follow me. Okay. So we need some chocolate. Chocolate powder, chocolate powder, chocolate powder. I hope I can find it. Chocolate powder, beautiful. Okay. Says it's me. Hi. Behave. And then some sugar. And some sugar. Ah. Not lift that up. Put that there. Put these two back where they are. Now I don't have my phone on my body cam thing. Hi. So it's gonna be a bit wobbly. So okay, so we've got the sugar, we've got the taste, which is gonna be cacao. And some vanilla. Mum said she would like some vanilla. We got some vanilla sugar here. Oxum. Then we got some whipping cream. Just use whatever. And then we got egg whites and egg yolks. Gonna make two kinds of ice cream. So what is it? Trying to remember the recipe because I can't find it. But what you first do is make sure that your bowls are very clean. And then you get the container for the ice cream before you forget that. Peekaboo! That was not there. Here it was. We got vanilla. That's a vanilla. Don't have a chocolate, do we? Oh, nearly chocolate. This one on. Are you chocolate? I do. Makes a bit more sense then, I find. They have them fitting what tape you're making. If you can, of course. If you can't, you just tape it over like I do. There we go. Making sure it all fits. That fits perfectly. And that does not. So when you go again, that does not either. Well, that's not good. Ah, there we go. There we go. Super. Put those back. I'll fill out with that. And we just use these ice cream containers that we just saved. You can see that my mum already have from last portion some tape. And rip that up. Throw that in the dustbin. Problem with tape, it sticks to you. There we go. Okay, so whipping cream will do the last. These can go away from there. So we're going to start with the egg yolks and egg whites. I'm going to put the egg whites in there and the egg yolks in there. Okay, so we've got 2 egg yolks, as in 2 containers of 2 boxes of egg yolks, and then 1 of egg whites. So I think I'll do let's think. If we do 4 egg whites per portion, each of these have 2 egg whites, 4 egg whites, and then I'm thinking we'll do 4 egg whites, and then 5 egg yolks, so I need 2.5 containers of this. I'm just going to double check if we have enough. 2 seconds. And now it's more egg yolks. So that's awesome. So this is really inconvenient when I don't have my phone holder with me. So I will try to put the phone so I can use my hands, but you can follow me preparing. So give me a second. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. So egg yolks go in here. Get the scraper. You don't have a scraper, so you can use your fingers or your spoon. Okay, there we go. Now, of course, if you don't have a mixing bowl machine thing, you can whisk it with your hands. You'll get strong muscles from it, but I am too tired for that shit, and I have these, so I'm going to use these. As simple as that. And this recipe calls for either half or 1 litre of what do you call it? Of ice cream. So okay, and then half of this one. Now, how do we do half here? Well, you could technically just, it has a top line, so just take it until it's just over halfway in that. So there we go. I'm going to put this one over here, ready for the next portion. Oh, I'm going to put the egg whites over in the bowl. And remember, it's so important that the bowl for the egg whites are totally clean and dry. Because if it ain't, they ain't going to whip. So I usually just twist it up. Okay, now to the sugar, which you're standing on, so this is going to be slightly inconvenient. So 2 seconds. So now we're going to put just about 5 eggs. I'm going to start with 50 grams of sugar, which is about half deciliter-ish. And I'm going to take half of that, pour it in there, and turn on the noisy machine. And it would help if I plugged it in first. There we go. And that just goes. There we go. And then here, you whisk it until it starts fluffing. There we go. Plug the machine in. There we go. There we go. And we wait. Okay, now while it's whisking, I'm just turning it off so you guys can hear me. While it's whisking, I'm going to actually make a mixture, or rather pour a bit of cocoa powder in. I think I added too much sugar in the mix. So we need sugar in the egg whites to help them get stiff. We need sugar in the egg yolks to help them whip up and change colour. and stabilize it all. And then sugar for the cacao so it does not bitter. So now I am going to see how much cacao I will need, and then I'll put a bit of a time in there, and then I'll taste it here and there. So that's what I'll do. A spoon. So there we go. Start with just a little sprinkle of it. Rather it's a little into more, you can always add, but you can't remove. Remember, this is going to be diluted by egg white and cream, so you want it quite strong. It's really good, but I want to give it a bit of a power. So I am going to more sugar, not the whole thing, but more, and then scoop some more of this deliciousness up. I think I'm going to take that much. So it's nice and intense and strong and delicious. See what I mean with all the powder? So we don't want to do that. Another thing you can do to avoid all the powdered stuff is to mix it, do like this. Now, I'm going to taste it. But if you use the same spoon, use the other side of it. Don't double dip. Just not what you do, especially with these things. So that it's delicious. Sorry about that. That was noisy. Cool. And you take this one up gently. Well, I do gently because otherwise it'll break off. Frankly, we don't want that. And then you can do the scraping. But I think it's pretty good like this. So what I'm going to do now, take it back down, this over, and I am going to tip this when I twist it. Now I would say egg whites ready when you can do that. So yeah, pretty good. Sometimes when you've left them for a while, they can get runny down under. So I think I'm gonna give them egg whites are pretty much done. So are these, so I can see a little bit stripe. So I'm just gonna mix a bit more, put it in here. Then I'm gonna take these egg whites and put them slowly in here while folding. But I'll show you that in a bit. So I made a dumbbell mood, but this is how it is when you're tired and not thinking clear. I made the chocolate ice cream first, as you can see. If you make something where one tastes not as strong as the other, so like with us vanilla and chocolate, take the weak one first, vanilla, then you don't have to wash it up again unless you're doing it for allergic reasons. Of course, if you're making something like chocolate and licorice, and you're not making a chocolate and licorice and then a chocolate licorice ice cream, then of course something like that, they're both chocolate and licorice are strong. So therefore you of course should, yeah. So take a big scraper that I cannot find. Oh, because we'll have to use this big boy. And we get this one going. There we go. And now I'll show you how to fold. Now I don't need any more cacao, so I'm just going to put that away for now. So there's more space. Okay, how to fold. First, you just take a little bit of it. Bit I say, and then take that much. So just take a little snack, and then folding. Is where you go like this. You make it lighter, but you make sure to not remove the air. So down and scrape the bottom, up and lift. Down and scrape the bottom, up and lift. You can do this with other things like a whisk, something like that. I find this gets the job done much better. And the wider and longer the spatula is, I find the better and easier it will be for you. But that's just with my own tools. You can see already now, it's giving a lighter look. So I'm gonna add a little bit more, making sure not to mix this spatula with that, because then I don't have to wash this one before second round of ice cream with the vanilla. So now I'm gonna, because that's been, what do you call it, mixed a bit, I'm gonna add a little bit more egg whites. Now, if you wanted to make something dairy free, technically you could just skip the whipped cream we're going to put in, or if you want something creamy still, you can take some coconut milk without the water, and basically with that just whisk it. I believe you can whisk that. Now this is of course not as easy with one hand, because I usually use my left hand to hold the bowl, but I think you guys should see this, because it's not everyone that knows how to do this, so to help people want to do this. You can see how light this has gotten. Like I say, the chocolate will get diluted from all this extra, so that's why you want a good strong one. It's a kind of, when you taste it, that it's like, ooh, that's a bit too much. Then you've got, know you're there, because then when you dilute it, it'll either be or it will be could be a little bit more, and then you'll know for next time. But it's pretty much the same measurement of cream and eggs and that. The main question is, so what you use. I mean, I've tried it where I just took some, I don't know, 100, 200 grams of frozen mango, pureed it, and then put it in. Either put it in with the egg yolk, or I believe I actually, folded it with the egg yolk, and then continued, and I can tell you that was a delicious ice cream. That's definitely one I'm going to try again. And because it's frozen, I don't have to wait for it to get mature. So I'm going to put the phone down so I can do the rest of this with no problem. So that's the rest of the egg white for this time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold this so it combines just enough. I'm going to whisk the egg whites for the next portion, and then when I've done that, I'm going to put the egg whites into a new bowl, because then after this I need to whisk some whipped cream. But you're going to follow me, no worries. You don't have to remember that. So just going to do this off camera. Second portion ice cream's egg whites ready. We got this one nice and ready for the vanilla. Got this, that's still nice and fluffy. Look at that nice mixture. Only some concentrate at the bottom that I can always lighten up a bit. And now to the whipping cream. And a trick my mama taught me is to get the last of it all out. Is to, much easier with two hands, I like to say. Open it like this. There you go. Or with your mouth, whichever. And then last bit will come out. There you go. And then turn this down. There you go. Should be whipped somewhat enough, I think. Yep, that's definitely decent. So now, you put that in here. And I think out of the way. I'm just going to wash my hands and then I'll be back. Let's finish this chocolate ice cream, shall we? So, just double checking how concentrated it is. And this. One of these. And again, lightly in. So we take, this is heavier than the egg white, so I'm going to only take a small bit. And again, spread it well. There we go. Not doing it thoroughly with one hand, just getting it all combined somewhat easily. And I sometimes do like a halving for the thing I put in. I half it like that, because then it gets mixed faster. There you go, you can see pretty much all the stripes have almost gone. So I'm gonna add half of the rest of this. And again, doing it like this because I only have one hand. Half it, half it. There we go. The thing is, it doesn't smell too much of chocolate, but I think it'll be delicious. Now, if you wanted to make like some mousse instead, you can easily do that and just add some, what do you call it, some gelatin powder or sheets. We mainly do sheets here in Denmark, so yeah, and then read the instructions for that. Of course, the more sheet or powder you have, the stiffer it will get in that. So with this thickness, if I was to make this to mousse, I think I'd put between 4 and 6 sheets in of the normal Danish sheets. So that's just about half a packet. Okay, now this I have to do with 2 hands, so bye-bye. You know, it's evening when that happens. So get the cloth. Wipe it up. There we go. There we go. And it's all done. This looks pretty mixed well. So now to the most important part. I'm going to taste test it. Spoon. Power of the spoon. Okay, let's try. Creamy, smooth, chocolatey. It's going to be delicious for ice cream. Yep. Okay. Put that spoon away. And put that in my chocolate container. This I'll need 2 hands for, so I'm going to let go of the camera and you'll see me when that one's done. So, au revoir. You're thinking that's not much ice cream. No, but that's because apparently there's more than I realized. So 2 ice creams. That's how much ice cream you get. And I think each ice cream here It's good. Oh, timber. Half a litre? I'll just see. Yeah. Just under a litre, 500 grams. So, gives about, just about 1.5 litre ice cream. Or 1 kilo of ice cream, whichever way you want to look at it. Since ice cream is a lot of air, then of course it weighs less than it is. Yeah, so these two, I'm going to label in a bit. I'm going to put this on top of this one so that they don't squish everything. And now I'm going to do a fast wash, make the vanilla ice cream, and I'll get back to you. But doing this fast because A, this is taking a long time, and B, it's getting late. So I made an oopsie. Let me present to you what happens when you whisk whipping cream too much. It gets this texture, and that texture makes it like all gritty, and this liquid comes. And that. So what I did, I whisked it extra hard because it was too late to make it into cream again. And with this one, got all the cream I could here in here. Look at that. And then the rest here. That is the fat from the cream, aka homemade butter. Ta-da! This is buttermilk, homemade buttermilk. So I am now gonna do like this. I'm gonna write a label that says homemade buttermilk, and then I am probably going to mix the rest of the things, since right now they're like that, into a bowl and just make it without any cream. But I'll first hear with my mom since it's what she wants to think. So yeah. And then when I got extracted all the buttermilk from here, or from here rather, then I rinse this in just nice plain cold water. And look at this. Good homemade butter. Look at that. Squishy. It's pretty good. And of course, when you do this at home, you can put all sorts of spices in if you want. And make your own herb butter, or just with salt, or butter with no salt if you want. Do whatever you want. You can see it's still a bit wet, watery down there, so I'm gonna try to let it drip out. But yeah, just see. There we go. That was a bit more. Homemade butter from that. So, oopsie.